Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the week show brings you all the important news and information on Path of Exile, and it's been a week since the Ultimatum launch. And first up we got some community showcases with some great fan art, like this pixel art at Ziri, which is pretty nice, and a very nice sketch of the Trial Master. There's also some music in there, so definitely check it out if you like to do so. Also, GG say they banned 20 users for exploiting and abuse. And it's really rare for GGG to actually come out and say they banned someone, so I don't know why they did this, especially for such a low user, but I mean, probably it was just a warning for others not to do it. Anyway, these users have been banned up to the end of Ultimatum, and their characters will be voided, so basically they will lose everything they gained by abusing Ultimatum. Also, this made them hotfix and cap the amount of experience and item that ultimatums can yield. So if you are getting less than before and you were not abusing any bugs, well, that's why. I mean, you probably will not see any difference there though, because this was just to stop the abuse. And of course, if you uncover an exploit in Path of Exile, obviously do not abuse it and please report it so it can actually get fixed. And don't think that they don't know what's going on with their game, because they actually recognize if you are abusing shit that's not supposed to be abused. Anyway, in the mid of the league, we also got the Ultimatum launch on consoles, so on Xbox and PlayStation of course. And well, I mean, I haven't heard anything about that, which means that the launch went pretty smoothly compared to what happened for the PC version. And yeah, I guess if you are playing PoE on a console, it's definitely your time to enjoy the league. I feel like the Ultimatums are really fun actually. It's a much better version of Ritual, to be fair. And yeah, I guess you definitely need a non-target ability in there. Like Cyclone is probably like top notch for consoles, and the Cyclone Castwine channeling is probably even better. But anyway, what GGG is working on for Ultimatum, pretty much they are trying to fix some of the problems that they've been having, and it's literally very minor things, especially the Razor Dance Ultimatum modifier. So if you were trying to complete the challenges, this one is required. However, you have not found it yet because it was not enabled yet. And that is because GG is working on a fix on this. And when it's ready, it's gonna get into the game. So yeah, if you're wondering why you haven't found it, that's the reason. And that's honestly the only thing that is basically worth looking at. Otherwise, it's bug fixes and some general fix, which, well, I mean, minor things which will improve the game, I guess. And the corrupted blood damage of the Lair and Dark Forest map bosses have already been fixed, even though here it's written that they will be fixed in a coming patch. That's not true, they have already been fixed, so you should not get bled to death, supposing that you didn't have any anti-corrupting blood, which would be really weird at that level of mapping. Anyway, we got a little bit of the development stories for the narrative on Path of Exile 2. This is following the Path of Exile 2 gameplay and trailer that we got before the Ultimatum launch. And basically Matt, who's the current narrative designer at GGG, came at us with this text here. It's not that much, I recommend reading it, where basically he explains how it's gonna be different for the story for PoE2, because it's not going to be made piece by piece how it was made for PoE1, because PoE1 used to end up like at Act 2, and then Act 3 got along, but only up to Piety, and then they added Dominus, and then they added Act 4, and then they added 7 acts more, and the story was made piece by piece, and it was not prepared all in one go. Unlike Path of Exile 2. So Path of Exile 2, GG has the opportunity to actually make a unified story for the whole campaign. Of course, it's gonna change league by league, but the whole campaign is gonna be one whole thing, and that also helps with voice acting and other things like art which is going to be coherent with itself and with the story and everything. So that is one point. The other point is that GG wants the story to kind of be movable or not exactly static, as in some choices might have consequences. So if you go one way, you might not be able to go the other way, and supposedly the rewards will be the same, but that will help with replayability, because one time you do one story, one time you do another story. You know, for example, it used to be like this with the bandits to a smaller degree, where your choice with the bandit actually made a little bit of a difference. It does less and less by now. Also, one thing, for example, when you give the feather to Hiratha or Tazuni, Hiratha, is that the name? Probably. You have a choice there, but that choice does not bring you anywhere, and nothing happens to the city. So, I mean, that's an example of a choice that doesn't go anywhere, and GG wants to actually make choices that have an impact on the game. So yeah, it might be interesting, and apparently the evil part of PoE2 is also going to be kind of smarter than usual, not like Piety that lets you grow and grow and grow, and by the time you confront her you just shit on her pretty much. This is going to be different, where the enemies might actually come and find you because they recognize that you are a threat, a growing threat, much earlier than your usual like RPG storyline, I guess. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Hopefully we'll get more news soon. For now, just check this out and read it in Matt's own word, which are definitely better than mine, as is a narrative expert. And yeah, I guess that was all for this week. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That was all. I've been your host Arjun, and I'll see you guys the next time.